Hey there, digital marketers. Welcome back to our channel. Today, we're tackling something that can feel like a marketing nightmare: a Google Ads account suspension. If you've ever logged in to find that dreaded red banner up at the top announcing your account has been suspended, you know the panic that follows. But don't worry, we're going to walk you through exactly what to do. We're going to share a real client success story and give you some tips to help you get back up and running. So, let's talk about why accounts get suspended, the most common reasons, and what you can do to avoid them. So, first is policy violations. Google has strict advertising policies, and violations can trigger an immediate suspension. You need to be familiar with the products Google allows for advertising. If your product isn't allowed, an appeal is not going to help. So, circumventing systems. This is something that includes having multiple accounts trying to bypass restrictions or advertise products that were already disapproved. We've seen this happen on accident as well, but it can be fixed. Unacceptable business practices is a broad category that includes anything Google deems misleading, harmful, or untrustworthy for their users. The last, or not last, but the suspicious payment activity can also lead to a suspension, charging back your ads fees. But the last big thing is web page issues, malware, phishing content, or untrustworthy information in your website. So, before I get into too many of the details, I want to share a recent client success story that illustrates how to handle this situation professionally. We took on a client who was in a tough spot. Their original domain had been hacked and they got phishing scams injected into their website. Google flagged their domain for phishing, resulting in that dreaded unacceptable business practices suspension. Instead of properly addressing the issue, the previous marketing agency had taken a shortcut. They simply created a new ad account with a different domain and tried to circumvent Google's policies. Well, they did successfully. When the client came to us, they were understandably anxious. They weren't sure if their original domain could ever be rehabilitated in Google's eyes, especially since it had been several years since the incident. They had been avoiding using their primary domain because they didn't want to go through this appeals process. But here's what's interesting: when we added the original domain to the account, Google's automated systems immediately flagged it, even though years had passed. This shows you how thorough Google's memory actually is. So instead of looking for another workaround, we embraced the proper solution. We built them a brand new website that also accommodated the software they needed after parting ways with their previous company, and we submitted a professional appeal to Google. The result was success. The domain was reinstated, and we were able to run their campaigns on their original established domain, something that will help their brand and their business, and had been a long time wish for the owners. So, here are some professional appeal tips. Submitting an appeal that actually works is the top priority. So, here's some things you can do: be honest and direct, acknowledge any issues in your account or on your website. Google appreciates this transparency. Things happen, your site is hacked, you hired a lazy marketer, issues arise, but telling the truth will help the matter. If you provide a very detailed explanation of how it was fixed and why it won't happen again, you're going to have 2,000 characters to make your case. So be detailed but not overly descriptive. Include all the necessary context and documentation, screenshots, emails, any evidence relevant to your situation. Even business history will help if it's relevant. So be professional. No matter how frustrated you are, maintain a professional tone in your appeal. For some account bans, like business profile bans, people want to blame the competition for getting them banned. They want to complain how unfair the world is, but it doesn't help there, and it won't help for your Google Ads appeal either. How much you're spending with Google is not weighing into their decision either, even if how much you're spending is a big deal for you. You cannot spend more money and get to circumvent the rules. So, complaining you spend a large sum of money with them doesn't show them you followed the rules. So, the big thing here: demonstrate compliance. Show how you've addressed the specific policy violations and you're going to ensure compliance going forward. This is the case for any suspension with Google. This ranges from suspensions on your business profile or on your ads. Show them you are following and will follow the guidelines. This is what they're looking for and key to getting your account back. For follow-up, you can be persistent. Don't spam them with emails and call support. It's not going to help your case. They tell you this on the appeal form, and your urgency won't help and could make it worse. Patience is key. For our client, we helped get their suspension lifted. We actually got the approval back within 24 hours, and not to brag, but they actually thanked us for our professional appeal. So let's get into a few preventative measures so this doesn't happen to you. The best way to handle suspension is to prevent it in the first place, obviously. So, number one, know Google's policies. Familiarize yourself with their advertising guidelines and be aware of any big changes. Regularly audit your website and check for malware, broken links, or policy compliant content. Monitor your ad account for any warnings or disapprovals that are a big deal. Implement proper website security, HTTPS certificates, malware protection, and then be sure not to maintain more than one account. Pretty straightforward and easy. Remember, the Google Ads suspension isn't the end of the world, even if it feels like that. You can overcome it with the right approach. We've seen many businesses successfully handle this issue and come back stronger than before. If you're currently dealing with a suspension, take a deep breath, follow the steps we've outlined here, and approach it professionally. If you need help, our team is here and we're happy to assist. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and drop a comment and tell me how I'm wrong, how you couldn't get your appeal lifted, and that it's not true. They won't watch or respond to you, and we'll be happy to show you how you're wrong. And so, signing off, we'll see you on the next one.